Oh boy, boy, yeah. All right. Patch analysis for 1.1.7. Let's do this. The class cap for the Blue Dragons in Classic mode has been increased to 3 for non-unique classes. Does that mean we can have 3 hunters? No, chat, we can't. Stop saying you can have more than 2 hunters in a game. Capiche? Capiche. Alright, moving on. Lobby. Updated in-game rules 9 and 11. No game throwing. Intentionally going against your goal in any case will be considered game throwing. No cheating or claiming to be cheating. This includes exchanging info with other players through other apps. Note, if not against the rules, it's not against the rules to talk while you're playing unless you're giving away. That's still the same. What? Oh! Quality of life. They've changed the probe icon again. Let's see what we have here. What is that? Are you kidding me? That's a paint drawing. I draw this in my death notes. Are you... Bring back the ham. Oh my god. This is a death note from Smooth. Oh lord. Alright, moving on. General. Voting and voting abilities are now disabled for the first 15 seconds of the day. Thank you. You can now talk about what you did at night. But I feel like the 15 seconds should be different than the actual day itself. Like, you should have an extra 15 seconds to talk. But I guess then it would be... days would be longer. Alright, that's fine. Fair enough, I guess. The time left in the day after an execution has been increased to 20 seconds, and you can use your abilities after the trial. Like, all abilities? Because it was what, like, 6 seconds? As soon as we executed, and it would go straight into night? All abilities are disabled when there are 5 seconds left in the day. Okay, so it went from... the very first time it was 5 to 4. So if you used your ability from 5, or on 5, going to 4, you can still use it. And then they nerfed it, and you couldn't use your abilities from 7 to 6 seconds. So if you used it on 6, it wouldn't work. It would disable. So you'd have to use it exactly at 7 seconds. Now they've buffed it, so you can use abilities at 5 seconds. So now you can Nightshade from 5 to 4. And then potentially get somebody off guard, and then they won't be able to claim poison or bleeding. Exhume is now usable at all points during the day. Okay. Yeah, because if you voted somebody up, you couldn't use Exhume. Royal Blood has been reworked. That's interesting. The votes for King are now hidden. Is this like when a king steps up, the votes are hidden? So you can't just be like, alright, who voted up this evil king? It was this guy, and then you just simple deduction, kill every unseen. Okay. That's better, but that makes unseen a little bit easier to play. Because, like, that was one of the things where if an evil king stepped up and then they died, you would look at who voted up the king. But now you can't do that, so unseen are more unseen. Cult are more hidden. Royal Blood. Players with Royal Blood will no longer be able to step forward before other players. Votes for a player with Royal Blood will now count twice compared to those without. So Mastermind can claim Princess again. That's actually crazy. No royal blood step-ups. That buffs cult a lot. Like, a seeker can now claim princess without getting executed for not stepping up. That's really good. A starting apostle can now claim noble without being executed for not stepping up. This could actually force reapers to claim royal blood now, which is good. I actually like this. So it's not like, oh man, if you don't kill the royal bloods, you know, they're just gonna get an instant step up. But now evils have a better chance of winning because anyone can step up. Yeah, BD, like, if they don't, like, this is a really big buff for evils. I feel like they need to do something to BD. But if they're making 3 non-unique classes, then maybe that's alright. I'm not sure. Minor class ability changes. Cult leader can no longer use bleed during trials. So if you're like a cult leader and you're getting executed and you're like, fuck, I'm just gonna bleed somebody. No, you can't do that anymore. Court Wizard, Clear Mind reduced to 3 uses. I feel like the Clear Mind was a little bit too strong with 4 uses. You could just spam it on somebody and they would... It's like being fealtied. So... It's like a permanent, but now this is like... It's like the nerf to Alchemist where you went from 4 stone skins to 3. You now have to like... know when to use them and conserve them. I like that. King. Guards are now hidden to gossip and intrigue. I feel like find allies and fealty should also be hidden to gossip. Just my thought. But I mean that's alright. Because I remember times where I was a noble and I would gossip like the prince. And it would say, you have guarded the prince or something like that. Like, the king has guarded you. Or somebody sent guards to protect you. Something along the lines of that. And you'd be like, okay, this king is 100% good. And then you would trust the king and you give king all your info. Now you don't actually know. So I can see a lot of nobles being like, I gossiped this prince and the king didn't execute. Like, I did guard. It's in the logs. Anyways. Noble, made spy uses reduced to 2. Finally, no spies for 3 days. You can now conspire after day 3. Yeah. So usually, if you're an evil king and you find an ally, you don't want to whisper them until day 5, which is a little too late, I feel like. Because if you use it day 3 or day 4, that's their 3rd spy use, so they still read whispers. So now you can actually use it day 4. Which is a little bit better. Princess. Fixed interactions between will-o-wisp and puppet strings. Okay. Not too sure about this one. I'm not too used to this. I hardly get princess long enough to use will-o-wisp. And puppet strings is kind of like, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, you sent a guard to protect. Yeah, okay. Cool. Check noble. Gossip. Receive the feedback of abilities used on the target tonight and will not receive feedback for conversions, attacks, or the king's abilities. All king abilities. Okay. So, it says king's guard, but this one says king's abilities. Okay. Also, if you did not know, observer will not be able to follow the king when he finds allies or fealty. It does not say in the comment or in like the description, you know where it says for guards does not count as visiting, so the observer can't find it. Core fealty doesn't say that, but you cannot follow. The king will show as didn't visit anybody. Same with the evil king, where find allies. Find allies does not count as visiting. It doesn't say it, but it doesn't. So now you don't know what the king's thought process is. Oh my god, the probe! That's pretty funny. Alright, that concludes patch 1.1.7 analysis. I hope you enjoyed that and my thought process. I may do a second take after I've tested it out, but